Tesla.
Yeah.
They are, they cross a $1 trillion valuation, which is mind-boggling for a lot of us.
I mean, they are probably 8 to 10 years ahead in battery technology. I mean, to me, the genius of Tesla, Elon brought his Roadster here in 2007. There was only one or maybe two prototypes. I brought my Tesla. I have one of those Tesla Plaids. It is the fastest accelerating vehicle on the planet. Oh, and you're saving the planet too, by the way. Okay, truth be told, I bought it for the performance, but I like the environmental side that goes with it.
The Model Y. Now, the Model 3 has always done well there, but the Model Y, it is the 5th best-selling model in California. Let me stress this again. Not the 5th best electric vehicle, the 5th best-selling vehicle, period.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm reacting to some new comments from the man, the chin, the legend himself, Jay Leno, who has a huge amount of praise for Elon Musk and Tesla. And I'll also be reacting to some unsurprising news that Tesla's Model Y is absolutely crushing it. So let's get into the video. If you love crypto, stocks, and free stuff, or just want to help out the channel, check out these great offers. BlockFi are launching the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. People in the US can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase with no annual fee using the BlockFi Bitcoin rewards credit card. Check out the link in the description. And for a limited time, you can get up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $300 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $5 or more, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $2,000. Seriously. Free stocks? Yes, please. And finally, if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Let's get back to it.
Meantime, we're going to talk a little bit about Tesla because it is feeling the California love. You ready for this? New data showing that the EV giant is leaving the competition in the dust somewhere on the Pacific Coast Highway. And for that, Phil LeBeau joins us this morning. Phil.
Who would have thought? Tesla leaving the competition in the dust. I mean, what a stunning turn of events. Nobody could possibly have seen this coming.
Andrew, we get this data every quarter from the California New Car Dealers Association, and it's a great look at how the country's largest auto market is moving in terms of trends, what people are buying, what they're not buying, and the numbers look incredible for Tesla. Now, they've always been strong in California. It's always been their strongest market. But look at the surge in sales this year. Nobody's close to them, up 64%. There you see Porsche, Hyundai, and Kia. The strength of this, the Model Y. Now, the Model 3 has always done well there, but the Model Y, it is the 5th best-selling model in California. Let me stress this again. Not the 5th best electric vehicle, the 5th best-selling vehicle, period.
Now, this is impressive for a number of reasons. First of all, the Model Y still isn't fully ramped. We know that Fremont continues to increase production of Model Ys. We also know that the Austin factory is going to be coming online very shortly. And the first vehicle being produced at Austin, also Tesla's Model Y. Now, Tesla has given us a hint. They said that they believe in 2022, the Model Y will become the world's best-selling vehicle by dollar amount, total revenue, and in 2023, the best-selling vehicle by volume, number of units sold. And we're seeing an early hint that Tesla's on track for this. Another reason that this is incredibly impressive is that the Model Y isn't exactly an affordable vehicle now. Over the long term, Tesla is trying to drive the prices of their vehicles down as much as possible. But let's not beat around the bush. The Model Y ain't cheap. Plus, the price of the Model Y throughout 2021 has increased by almost 20%. Yet they're still selling every vehicle they make. Just imagine what happens when the Austin factory comes online and starts pumping out tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of Model Ys. Just imagine what happens when the EV incentives are passed and consumers can get a massive discount on the purchase price of a Model Y. Just imagine what happens when the global supply chain constraints start to lift and Tesla is able to reduce the price of the vehicles further, assuming of course that they can actually produce enough, because no point making the vehicle cheaper if you're already sold out for 6, 12 plus months. Point is, the data coming out of California is a great leading indicator that the Model Y is well on track to becoming the world's most popular, best-selling vehicle of all time. Don't say I didn't warn you.
It is also the #1 luxury compact SUV in California. One reason why, when you take a look at Tesla's annual sales, the estimates continue to go up, not just because of California, but because of what they're doing worldwide. The estimate now, according to FactSet, is for full year deliveries to reach 893,000 vehicles. Don't be surprised by the end of the year if the estimate tops 900,000 vehicles.
This is a shoo-in my opinion. To be honest, I'm kind of astonished that the dum-dums on Wall Street don't already have Tesla in terms of consensus opinion at over 900,000 vehicles delivered for the full year. For those of you who don't know, I've got Tesla delivering over 930,000 vehicles in 2021. If you guys want to see all the numbers, check out the card in the corner. Join Patreon, gain access to my Tesla valuation model, which includes my production estimates all the way out to 2031. Patreon supporters at the investor tier and above can access my Tesla valuation model. And speaking of, going to be making an update to this. Some new news coming out of China overnight about Shanghai production capacity expanding pretty significantly. So I'll be integrating these new numbers into my valuation model, and that will flow through to my Tesla price targets, which are available exclusively to all Patreon supporters at all tiers. Check out the card in the corner or the link in the description to sign up. Every time new relevant data points are available, I integrate these into my Tesla valuation model, and that automatically updates all of my price targets, both of which are available exclusively on Patreon.
As you take a look at Tesla over the last 3 months, remember, the Gigafactory hasn't even come online. It starts production the end of this year. We'll probably start to see the first vehicles coming out of the Gigafactory next year, and we don't see the Cybertruck until towards the end of next year coming out of there. Also want to show you Ford, Rivian, and General Motors. And why am we showing you all three of these companies? Because all of them have electric pickup trucks that are either have already started deliveries. In the case of Rivian with the R1T, you've got the F-150 Lightning from Ford, and then you've got General Motors e-Silverado. Yes, they have the Hummer SUT, but the e-Silverado is the really high-volume electric pickup truck that's coming in 2023. What you're going to see is a real battle, guys, in Southern California, because it is the largest pickup market in this country. Larger than Dallas and Houston, Southern California. And it's also a nice mix of both the traditional full-size pickup buyer as well as the lifestyle buyer. And that's where the Cybertruck is likely to do very well.
I always find it interesting and informative about the mainstream opinions and perceptions of the typical Cybertruck buyer. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there will be some lifestyle buyers of the Cybertruck, but it's almost like literally every single talking head in the mainstream finance media, and most people in the general public actually, are completely oblivious to the fact that the Cybertruck is utilitarian as fuck. It will do the job of pretty much any other pickup truck on the market. The Cybertruck has been engineered to be extremely functional, extremely utilitarian. A lot of people mistakenly assume, oh, it looks weird, therefore it must not be useful, and don't actually look at the specs or the features. The only real exception to the rule in terms of potential buyer of Cybertruck versus a traditional pickup truck, if you need a flatbed, Cybertruck ain't gonna work for you. You can't take the sides down. And the other exception is if you need obscene range. Cybertruck offering at most around 500 or so miles.
New numbers out of California show just how strong Tesla is in that state, and I expect that they will maintain that dominance, certainly when it comes to electric vehicles in that state. But when you see the overall market, with the Model Y now the fifth best-selling vehicle overall, shows you just how quickly Tesla has established itself out there.
That's right, and as I mentioned, California, a leading indicator. We're going to see the same level and even more dominance from Tesla throughout the United States and the rest of the world in the coming years. Now, over to Jay Leno to hear some of his latest thoughts on Tesla, their dominance, and their technological lead.
Well, you know, the nice thing is, at least as far as from the American side, American manufacturing is now being run by engineers. So I think the future looks pretty bright. As far as electric, that's the future. I mean, right now you're in the golden age of internal combustion.
So we kind of reached this tipping point where electric is basically the future, and a lot of OEMs are going that way. But I got to talk about the big dog in the room. Sorry to use your production company name, but right. Tesla.
Yeah.
They are, they crossed that $1 trillion valuation, which is mind-boggling for a lot of us.
I mean, they are probably 8 to 10 years ahead in battery technology.
See, Jay Leno gets it, acknowledging that Tesla is years, the better part of a decade ahead of the competition in terms of technology. This is, after all, one of the many, many reasons why I am literally all in on Tesla stock. Per my latest merch design. Check out the card in the corner or the link in the description to grab your own I'm all in on Tesla stock merch. There's mugs, phone cases, hoodies, shirts, long sleeves, singlets, and plenty more. And a big thank you to everybody supporting the channel and picking up this latest merch design. Almost 300 units sold to date.
I mean, to me, the genius of Tesla Elon brought his Roadster here in 2007. There was only one or maybe two prototypes. And he said to me at that time, well, we're building infrastructure. We're going to build charging stations all up and down the highway. And I was going, yeah, that'll happen. It just sounded like pie in the sky. But he was really the first one to, because even now you have mainstream manufacturers. We have a new electric car. Where do you charge it? Oh, you can charge it anywhere. Well, no, you can't. You need designated charging. Especially if you're a unique brand, you need your brand, whereas Tesla did that. You can now drive a Tesla across the country, in some cases for free because it's solar power. So I give them a lot of credit. I think they deserve that evaluation because they are that much more ahead.
So, according to Jay Leno, Tesla stock fairly valued today based on their incredible lead. And who am I to argue? Although, that being said, I actually think the Tesla stock is massively undervalued, at least with a long-term investment horizon. Don't forget, 10-year price targets available exclusively to all Patreon supporters. Check out the link in the description.
Everybody doing it now is sort of copying Tesla, because if you remember, prior to this, electric cars were nice, but they were slow, and they were quote, big golf carts, that type of thing. I brought my Tesla. I have one of those Tesla Plaids. It is the fastest accelerating vehicle on the planet. Oh, and you're saving the planet too, by the way. Okay, truth be told, I bought it for the performance, but I like the environmental side that goes with it. So you win. If new technologies succeed, it can't be equal. It's got to be superior.
Very keen observation here from Jay Leno, and this was always part of Tesla's strategy. They were stating from day one their goal wasn't to just make a decent vehicle, but the world's best vehicle, to show that an electric vehicle can unequivocally be better in every category on everything that matters than an internal combustion engine vehicle. Tesla did that successfully with the 2012 Model S, winning literally every award ever, including Car of the Century. This should have been a gigantic wake-up call to the entire legacy automotive industry, but for whatever reason, I'm guessing some combination of idiocy, hubris, blindness, and small brain syndrome, nobody seemed to pay any attention. And now, as a result, as I continue to point out, practically every legacy automotive manufacturer on the planet will be out of business before the decade ends. You can count on it.
And until just the last 5 years, electric cars didn't quite have the range. Now they do. Now 400 seems to be the base number just about. I think in another couple of years it'll be 600, 800, even 1,000 is possible.
Yeah, you're kind of talking about getting that range anxiety and putting it away.
Yeah.
So you have that Model S Plaid. I just saw it out here amongst your other cars.
Right.
That's basically your daily driver now, right? What's it been like living with that car?
It's been great. I had a regular P90 before this. I had that for 7 years. It never went to the dealer really for anything. It never broke. It was fine. I put a lot of miles on it. Then the Plaid came out, which is superior, so I sold it. I mean, I think I paid, what did I pay for that car? $130,000, and I got $95,000 for it 7 years later.
7 years later.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty good value.
One of the really curious features about Tesla vehicles is actually the resale value, the lack of depreciation. This is in part, in fact, this is mostly because of the over-the-air software updates. These vehicles actually continue to stay up to date and improve after owners buy them. There's also another piece of the puzzle which we're seeing far more recently, and that of course is the absolutely insane demand for these vehicles and the severe lack of supply. Tesla trying to ramp production as fast as possible, but still not able to do so in a reasonable time frame. Wait times blowing out to 3, 6, 9 plus months for many of the models, especially the entry-level vehicles. On top of this, Tesla's been raising the price of their vehicles, particularly in 2021, some of them up 14, 15, 18% for the year, meaning there are many owners who've purchased a Tesla vehicle, driven it around for the better part of a year or more, and can now literally sell their vehicle for more than they paid for it. When was the last time anyone heard of a car appreciating in value rather than depreciating?
I'm curious to see how Rivian does. And again, the car business is really hard because you can know electronics, but you might not know the car business. So I give Elon a lot of credit for turning out as many cars as he can. We'll see how the other people do. I wish them all well, but right now I tend to go with the originator.
So you heard it from the man, the chin himself, Jay Leno there, quite bullish on Tesla, going with the originator, of course referring to Tesla. Wishing well to the other companies, the startups like Rivian, but still remaining unconvinced as to whether or not they'll be successful over the long term, and I'm in the exact same camp. So I hope you guys and girls have enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what is your guess for when Tesla's Model Y becomes the #1 selling vehicle in all of California? And just another reminder, I'm about to make some updates to my Tesla valuation model and my Tesla price targets over the next 10 years, which are available exclusively on Patreon. So make sure you're signed up with the cut in the corner or the link in the description to gain access to my price targets available to all supporters. Everyone at the investor tier and above can also access my Tesla valuation model, and all Patreon supporters also get access to 100 Q&As, more than a dozen pieces of exclusive content, and a bunch of other perks. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card, where you can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase. There's a link in the description. You can also earn up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, also linked below. And finally, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake, also linked in the description. These great offers also help out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.